welcome back to The Score. The third time wasn't a charm, but the fourth time I think is Rock Island and Moline tonight, and it is a smiling Mike Morrissey at Rocky Stadium. The Maroons get a 37-12 victory. First off, Coach, thanks for your patience. Live TV at its finest.
Yeah,
so I appreciate you.
Look, anything for you guys. I know you try to make it as difficult as you possibly can, but I love you regardless.
Hey, it's always big when you get a victory like this over a Rock Island team in this rivalry. But after last week, to get back on track, how important is it just for so many reasons to have you guys come out and play well today?
Yeah, just from a confidence standpoint, it was nice to see our kids respond. I thought we had a mostly average week of practice, honestly, but when they got challenged here tonight, they stepped up pretty much at every turn, and so we're really proud of the way they did that. And get back on track obviously is important to build some confidence back up and understand that we're still a pretty good football team.
Does it ever get old beating Rock Island?
No, it does not. Never, ever. And it's simply just because it's such a great rivalry, and you respect the other side so much, and it means so much to both communities that, when your kids get to write their chapter and they're on the right end of it, it's exciting. You're just proud of your kids and really thankful that you can be a small part of their piece to it.
Before we let you go, we show offensive highlights a lot. We got to give those defensive guys. We had a sack, we had a pick six, we had a fumble recovery. Talk about what that defense did in the second quarter, because Rock Island's driving, maybe getting even closer. A pick six kind of makes the difference in this game and heads things the other way.
We had some huge stops and some timely sacks and pressures on the quarterback, and obviously the pick six was big. Then to get a stop and a strip, fumble for us to get a field goal there again at the end of the half, like that's just a momentum turner. When things are kind of teetering one way or the other, and your guys can step up and make some big plays defensively. We challenged them a lot this week. Our defensive coaches did a great job of challenging those guys, and they stepped up and were able to hold a pretty good Rock Island offense to 12 points.
Coach, we appreciate you. If you're having to deal with us, that means you won a football game. So that's always the silver lining.
I love talking to you guys.
Kind of
you know that.
We
know that. Despite you guys trying to get me to just hang out here all night long, I appreciate it.
We know how much you love Rocky Stadium. It's okay.
Exactly. Hey, get back to the league. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Coach. Hey, a big matchup down in Monmouth. It was Princeton and Monmouth Roseville battle unbeaten. Titans up 14-0 quick, and the defense up to the challenge. 4th and goal for Princeton. Andy Myers gets the stop right there. They're fired up. Later in the quarter, Princeton stopped on 3rd down. This time they go for the long field goal. It's lineman and kicker Ian Morris with that one. 49-yard field goal. That made it 14-3. Second half, more from the Titans. They grind a long 8-minute drive, capped off by the 41-yard touchdown run from Peyton Thompson. 21-3 Titans thinking upset. Wow. They were more than just thinking on this night. Defense continues to step up. Another 4th down, and it's Elliott Rogers making a play to get the ball back for the Titans. Monmouth Roseville caps off the huge upset with another Thompson touchdown. We'll show you a final on this one. Not surprised that Monmouth Roseville won 31-3. Career victory number 100 for the guy that we got joining us live right now. Jeremy Adolphson joins us from home, and it's got to be a happy night in the Adolphson household. First and foremost, congratulations on the victory tonight over Princeton. That's an impressive win, Coach.
Thanks a lot, Matt. Yeah, it was an amazing night. Kids played amazing really throughout the entire game. Awesome atmosphere as our homecoming. Just tons of people at the game. Huge implications, obviously, and the kids couldn't have played any better. I think in our wildest dreams, 31-3 wasn't there. So, yeah, just incredibly proud, and probably don't even really understand, really how well we played at this point.
So the win gives you 5 wins. You're 5-0. You've never been 5-0 at Monmouth Roseville. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to the team to be the first team to do that?
It's huge. This team, when we had our meeting in March, we kind of laid out a bunch of things that we thought they could go after as far as chasing history, and they're almost there with being the first team to make it to the playoffs 4 years in a row. Obviously the 3-0 start was a new 4-0, 5-0. Now, we're in the driver's seat for the first ever, completely owned conference championship. We tied one in our past, but that's it. And to be a program like Princeton, who's been the premier program in our conference, really since 2018, is just massive for our kids. But again, they deserve it. They've worked their tails off. Today, probably the coolest thing for me, 14-3 at halftime, we walk in, and our kids are just sitting there and they're staring straight ahead and they're ready to, their business, like they weren't celebrating at halftime. And I think that was just kind of the way they approached the game. They expected to be there. They expected to have the lead and to play well, and they really just played fantastic football. Even when things weren't going great for us a few times, they actually had 8 snaps inside our 5-yard line in the second quarter, and we held them out with no points, 4 and out 2 different times. So it was just a fantastic effort all the way around.
Coach, I would ask you about that milestone, 100 victories, but I don't want to make it sound like it's all about you. So I know you're modest. I just want to congratulate you because that's awfully hard to do. So congrats. Get back to work. Despite assistant coach Jamie Smith, you guys did a great job tonight. Make sure you let him know I said that.
Yeah, I will do. I appreciate it. As I told him, we were way more concerned with the 5 wins for this team, and this is really exciting time. And we just incredible community support, parent support, our players. This is about as much fun as I've had with football in a really, really long time, and it makes you young as you get old here at 47 years old. But really enjoying the season. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to talk to me.
You bet, Coach. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Everything you got, you put it on the line. You understand? Yes, I mean everything. Empty the tank. You guys have worked so hard for this. These are the nights you wished you could play all the time, and you got an opportunity in front of you. You understand? Yes, it's a great opportunity. Persistence is key. That's the goal tonight. Everyone understand? Yes, everything you got. Let's put them on, strap it up, let's get break, let's get on down. Here we go. Let's go, boys. Be about it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Be about it!
We'd like to thank Mike LeMay for going mic'd up. I was ready to hop on the field after that. Rockridge, Newman, first play of the game for Sterling Newman. They break off this 50-yard run into Rockridge territory. That's Briar Ivy with the big play. And then on third down, they look to pass, but Evan Bushman picking this one off. Reverse skate. He's going to take it back 73 yards to the house. Rockridge strikes first on defense, 7-0. Then Rockridge, just before the half, tries to get a field goal, but it's blocked by Daniel Kelly and recovered by Sterling Newman. This one would go overtime. What a good game this was. Sterling Newman does get the win, 15-7.
Orion and Riverdale both looking to snap losing streaks. It was the second game of a doubleheader. Soccer played first, then it's football, and Orion facing fourth down. Aiden Fisher rushes for the first down. Later in the drive, it's Jackson Tegler finding the football and getting the interception right here. The Rams make a big play. Riverdale gets the ball back. Riverdale on offense facing third and long. And it is the Orion defense coming up with the nice stop, and that would force a punt. Next to drive on offense, Riverdale, it's Kane Beckett taking it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. That made it 7-0. It is a victory for Riverdale. Close one, 28-26 your final score.
Mercer County and Erie, this one 14-7 Mercer County in the second half. Third quarter, it's Keegan Winkler, airing one out. Gavin Adams goes up to get it. He's going to go 72 yards on that pitch and catch. That'll tie things up at 14. How about a little bit of defense? J.J. Schmock and Trey Phillips breaking through the line for a sack there for Mercer County. And then it's Winkler picking up some hard yards right here. First down. Thoughts out to a referee as we have them all here tonight. One got hurt in the Erie game, had to be carted off on an ambulance. So,
you guys are warriors.
Final score on that one was EP wins 20-14.
On the south side of Kewanee, A&W and the A-Town Tornadoes exchange pleasantries before their matchups. The visitors thinking upset early, past midfield, they go to the air. Dre Anderson in the flat, Jacob Paul to move the sticks, but no points on that drive. Now the Titans on the attack. That's Maddox Heitzler guessing right on the rush. He rumbles 22 yards to the A-Town 48. A few plays later, Heitzler gets the call again. He sweeps stage right and sprints 27 yards for the score, diving for the final 2. Anwar Weathersfield takes this one shutout, 36-0, the final.
Hey, let's go back to Monmouth United hosting a very good Princeville team. United's defense steps up early on. It's Jaden Cairns cutting through the line and coming up with a big stop right there. Princeville, though, come in undefeated, and they look like it early on. Jake Williams to Jet Benningfield. This is good for a first down. Williams would eventually run one in for a touchdown to make it 7-0. We'll show you a final 40-8, United with a huge victory. So controlled chaos, but I finally got Don Umlin back
to
to doing what he's
work.
supposed to do.
I found a job I could do.
And if you can tell, we've been joined by a lot of referees that are hungry.
We're going to meet some of them.
So we're going to talk to them.
We'll do it after the break, though.
Yes, we'll be right back.